Welcome to Prince Edward Island Pottery. My name is Peter Eiselstein, and in today's segment I will show you the steps in making a pottery mug. These mugs have been drying for a couple of weeks right now. They've been under plastic, and now I'm starting to remove the plastic so we can dry a little bit further, and they're almost in the shape here where I can put them in the kiln to get fired. It's called bisque firing. So what I'll do is show you the steps to get to this point right here. First thing I want to do is turn on the pottery wheel. I like using large bats in making my mugs, so I'll attach this to the wheel. There's some pinholes right here, so it's nice and firm here on the wheel. First thing I'll do is I'll wet the bat here, and then dry it off a little bit. Nice and moist, slightly damp. Here's a lump of clay that I just prepared. It's approximately 600 grams of clay. I wedged it, and it's in this form right now where I can start using it to make a mug. So I'll put this right in the center of the wheel here. Make sure it's attached here. The first thing I'll do is I'll wet my hands, make sure they're well lubricated. Turn the wheel on. First thing I'm going to do is push down and make sure that the piece of clay is nicely firmly attached to this wheel. Next step is to comb the clay up and down several times. The purpose is to remove some of the air bubbles that might be inside the clay, and the other purpose is to center the piece of clay. One more time here. So I'm going to take this hand, I'm going to push in, and with this hand I'm going to, with the palm here, I'm going to push down. That'll help me center the clay. Do one more time here. So the next step is to get your hands to work together. I'm going to use my thumb and my index finger here to make a hole in the center of the clay here. Make sure I don't go right down to the bottom. Next, I'll take this index finger and pull out. Make the opening a bit larger. Next, I'm going to compact the bottom of the clay here. Make sure that it's nicely compact. That'll eliminate any future problems like an S-crack that could occur when the clay is dry. Next step is to collar it in, open it up, bring it back in slightly, and now I'm going to turn the wheel down to about half the speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put two fingers in here, take this sponge here, press against the side of the clay right here, and press and move up towards center. Pull it out just a little bit. I'm going to compact the rim here, nice and even. Slow it down just a little bit here. Put in three fingers. I'm going to push against the side of the wall here and push it out as far as it can go. And then I'm going to take this sponge and I'm really going to press the sides and compact the wall that way and move up. Compact the rim here again. Slow the wheel down a little bit more. So I'm going to be making two pulls here. I'm going to be pushing the wall out like that, and with my sponge I'm going to push in and I'm going to pull up. One more pull. This time I'm going to put my entire fist in here. Push out, push in. I notice I have a small little air bubble here on the outside here. Okay. Remove the water from inside here. It's important not to let the water build up too much. I'm going to slow this, turn this wheel off. I'm just going to take a look here, and I think there's a little air bubble pocket right here, so I'm just going to stab it a couple times here, and hopefully I can get it out. So the next step is I'm going to collar this in. Okay, now I'm going to take this tool right here and I'm going to remove some of the excess clay from the bottom here that I'm not going to be using. These are clay trimmings I'll be later using to make plates out of. The next step is to take this wooden rib here. The wooden rib will help compact the wall again, but it'll also give me a little bit of height as well. The rib will also help me get rid of that air bubble. I hope. Okay, so I'm going to do my final pull here. And I'm going to really squeeze the clay together and get the most out of it. Try to thin it as much as possible because I don't trim my mugs normally. And so this will help thin out the walls a bit by squeezing nice clay nice and close together here. I'll take this one tool that I've used previously and take a little bit more of the clay off the sides here. That'll normally is clay that you would trim off later on, so I'm going to do it at this point right now. Duplicate the sides one more time, and then I'm going to take this metal rib, this one right here, and give the mug some shape. A whole hand in there, right down to the bottom almost. Also removes a lot of slurry. Belly it out a little bit more. I've also eliminated that air bubble as much as possible. Color it in, and then form the lip. Turning over the lip, thinning it out so it makes a nice drinking lip. Now I'm going to clean it up, remove the water from the bottom here of the mug. And I'm going to use the sponge again, put it at the bottom, and form that little platform. The next step is to use this tool and just clean up the edge. So this has now become, out of a lump of clay, it's become now a nice drinking mug. So this mug will sit out to dry for a couple of days. I'll detach the mug from the back with a fish line in a couple of hours from now, and then put it under plastic and let it dry for about 2 or 3 days. And then at that point I can attach a handle to the mug. So it's in a nice position here where I don't have to touch it again. I don't have to trim it or anything like that. Just saves a lot of steps. Thank you for watching this segment, and stay tuned for my next segment, which will be entitled Attaching a Handle to a Mug.